So for today's deep dive, we're looking at the Kramer KT-2015. And on the surface, it's sleek, it's thin, it runs Android 11. It just looks like a really, really nice tablet.
It does, until you look at the invoice.
Yeah, that's the thing. $2,648. I mean, for a 15-inch screen, I feel like I could buy 5 iPads for that and just, tape them to the wall.
You could, absolutely. And in a commercial space, you'd probably be replacing those 5 iPads a few times over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
That's the real disconnect here.
Okay.
This isn't a consumer gadget. You have to think of it more like a piece of critical infrastructure.
That's a bold claim. So sell me on it. Why is this worth, the price of a used car?
Well, let's start with just the screen itself. It's an IPS panel, 1080p. That's all pretty standard.
Right.
But look at the viewing angles. The specs guarantee clear visibility at plus or minus 80 degrees, both horizontally and vertically.
Which matters because
Because you're not holding it, bolted to a wall. So if you're walking down a hallway, you need to be able to glance at it from the side and see if a room is free.
Okay.
With a lot of consumer screens, the colors would wash out or, completely invert if you're not standing right in front of it.
That makes sense. I also noticed it has sensors. It seems to, know when I'm walking up to it.
Exactly. Ambient light and proximity sensor, so it wakes up when you approach. But that whole always-on thing is a huge trap for consumer devices.
Because of the battery, I'm guessing?
Yes, exactly. If you take a regular tablet and leave it plugged into a wall 24/7, the battery's under constant stress, the heat builds up, and eventually it'll start to swell.
I've seen that happen.
It can literally pop the screen right off the frame. It's a genuine fire hazard.
And I assume the KT-2015 avoids that?
It does. It has no battery at all. It runs on PoE.
Power over Ethernet. Now that is a massive headache solver.
It is.
You run one single network cable to it, and that one wire carries both the data connection and all the power it needs.
No calling an electrician to put an outlet in the wall. It's cleaner, it's safer, and it's just infinitely more reliable than having a lithium-ion battery ticking away inside your drywall.
Okay, so that covers power. What about the brain inside? It's running Android 11, but the spec sheet calls the processor industrial. Is that just marketing?
Not really. It's about stability, not just speed. A consumer chip, like in your phone, is built for short bursts.
Like opening an app quickly.
Right. And then it throttles down to save power. This industrial quad-core chip is designed to run at a consistent level 2 through Android 47 all year without crashing or needing a reboot.
I see it also mentions H.265 video decoding.
Which is crucial. It means the panel can handle high-def video streams natively, so like a feed from a security camera or a video intercom.
So it's not bogging down the main processor.
Exactly. The video stays smooth, and the control interface stays responsive.
Okay, now speaking of video, there is a 5-megapixel camera and microphones right on the front. And I have to be honest, putting a camera in a confidential meeting room, that freaks people out.
It should. I mean, we've all had that moment of paranoia where you wonder if the software mute button is really working.
Exactly. Is this thing recording us right now?
So Kramer addressed that with hardware, not software. There's a dedicated red LED right next to the lens. If that camera is active, that light is on, period.
So it's a hardwired physical alert. You can't fake it.
You can't. Everyone in the room has an immediate visual confirmation.
That's a really nice touch. And given the price, I suppose they also made sure you can't just, walk off with it.
Right. It uses secure locking mounts, just going to slide this into your backpack like an iPad. It's designed to be a permanent fixture.
So the bottom line here is we're not really paying for a tablet. We're paying for a control surface that you can install and then just forget about.
You're paying for reliability, for the guarantee that you can walk into a room, tap a button, and the presentation starts. The lights dim every single time.
Fair enough. But that does leave me with a final thought for you to chew on. We have this device now with eyes and ears and a brain permanently installed in the room.
It knows who is in there. It knows when the meeting starts and ends.
Exactly. So if this screen is watching and listening to you to automate the environment, at what point does it stop being a passive light switch and start becoming an active participant?
The manager of the meeting, maybe?
Yeah. Wrap it up, folks. Your scheduled time is over.
I think we might be closer to that future than we realize.
Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive.